Are you serious? Are you serious? Welcome, everybody. Today we have some breaking news coming in right now. We do have flash flood warnings, major flash flood warnings in effect for especially New York City, the Bronx, parts of Queens, and in Brooklyn, in Kings of the Brooklyn, also part of Connecticut. According to reports that we're getting, flash flood is heavy rain and additional flooding possible for late tonight, early Friday morning. Flash flood watch is in effect for late tonight through Friday morning, and that is for southern Connecticut, northeast New Jersey, southeast New York, including these following areas, certainly, and that would be the Bronx, New York, Kings in Brooklyn, also Manhattan, and several other places in New Jersey and Connecticut. So there's definitely going to be some serious rain coming. Flash flooding is expected, so I want you to prepare for that, to understand that that's coming. And so today, to kind of help us with that, we have an interview scheduled with Chance with simplycleanfoods.net. And let me tell you a little bit about Chance as we get ready to bring him in here to help us understand what to do, because with Hurricane Florence that just happened and all that massive flooding, and now you're dealing with rains bringing a flash flood. What should we do to prepare? How do we prepare for things like this? And not just flash flooding, but other preparation. But anyway, Chance is an Eagle Scout and United States naval veteran. He and his wife Meryl are the owners of simplycleanfoods.net. They specialize in search and rescue, survival training, weapons safety, and disaster preparedness. Simply Clean Foods was created to fill the gap in the long-term food industry, and certainly you need that when you're talking about preparing for emergencies. The idea is to use only one ingredient. What they want to do is no GMOs. Forget the GMOs, okay? But they've tested their foods, their dried foods, for no heavy metals. The Simply Clean product is freeze-dried at the peak of ripeness, and therefore they're maintaining nutritional value for up to 25 years using superior 3-layer packaging. And their motto, of course, is never throw food away again. These are good Christian people, a Christian company, and we've been with them many times. I tell you, we really love them. Chance, great to have you on the broadcast today.
Blessings. Thank you, Pastor, and thank you for having me on today. It's truly an honor. Unfortunately, we're talking about disasters and flash flooding. You guys realize the death toll is now 48. That's in 3 states for Hurricane Florence, okay? You have to do what you need to do now while it's calm before the flood hits, okay? But our job, hopefully, is to educate you and to give you some tools that will allow you to get your family safe. So, number one, I want to say, if you go to our parent company, AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com, AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com, go to the videos. I actually teach a class on flooding. And for those that are like me, I'm visually, I can remember information. So, that being said, I'm going to give you guys some information now on flash flooding, how to, what to do to prepare for it, and the things that are involved. I would ask that if you're in an area that's under threat, that you grab a pen and paper right now and write this stuff down. Number one, guys, is get your family involved, okay? Everyone should have a job to do, and you should practice, right? So talk with your family about what to do if there's a flood watch or a flood warning. A flood warning is what we have now, and that means that flooding is imminent. So discussing floods ahead of time, that helps reduce fear, especially if you have younger children, okay? So that's number one. Number two, while it's calm, take a first aid or a CPR course if you don't already have it. Understanding that we are brothers and sisters in Christ, you might be called upon to offer assistance to someone else because you're safe and maybe they weren't, right? So we need to be prepared to do that. So take a first aid or CPR course. You can find them sometimes at your local fire department. Red Cross sometimes puts those on. and some hospitals. So definitely, please get some first aid and CPR training so you can help your family and others. Okay. Next thing you need to do to protect your family is to make sure that you guys have a radio that does not require power, like either a battery operated or like one of ours that has a solar and a crank. You want to make sure that radio has that weather that weather frequency. Okay. Usually it's NOAA, right? And there's like 3 channels. So make sure that you have a good radio. And if it's just a battery powered, make sure that you have extra batteries
Do
for
you
that.
have, Chance, do you have solar radios available at your company?
We do. As a matter of fact, we offer the Voyager. Pastor, thank you for asking. It's got actually 3 short band waves, all your AM, FM, all of your NOAA bands. You can crank it if there's no sun, or you can just set it out in a window during the day and it charges itself. The greatest thing about it is if your phone gets low on juice, you can plug your phone into it. It'll charge your phone as well. They're, I think, $59 on our website, americansforeverwholesale.com.
All right. So, folks, just check that out. If you go to his website at simplycleanfoods.net, he has links that will take you to his main site where he has a lot of products available, and so they can get that there. Go ahead. I'm writing down. I'm getting ready. I'm not going to get caught off guard here with a flash flood.
Well, Pastor, so like you're in a tornado zone, right?
Right.
Folks, you need to find out if you're located in what they call a floodplain, right? That's considered a special flood hazard area, okay? So if you need to find out if you're in a floodplain, even though you might not have had a lot of rain for many years, our weather systems are so unpredictable. If we look at the past couple of years, Pastor, it makes no sense. Areas that are getting rain that have never gotten rain, areas that are having drought that have had lots of moisture throughout the year. So it is strange. You need to check your area to see if you're in a flood plain. Okay?
You know, when you bring that up, Chance, I mean, and guys, you guys know we've been covering current events and all these different apocalyptic extreme weather conditions. And Chance, you're right. I mean, in these last days, unpredictability is probably the best predictability because it's getting crazy in every area. So we do need to be prepared. Just because you might be living in a place that's not a flood zone or maybe not a tornado zone. Look, there was tornadoes last week in Ottawa, Canada. This craziness. So you're right on that, Chance.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're seeing this all over. I mean, earthquakes all over the United States in areas they've never had earthquakes before. So again, it's what you're doing now, right, to prepare for what's going to happen in the future that's going to make all the difference. But I do want to get back to one important note on flash flooding. Folks, a lot of you have already done this. Please make sure that your insurance maybe includes a rider for floods if you are in a flood zone that is available, but make sure that those policies and those documents are in an airtight, watertight container. Okay, it's very, very important. As a matter of fact, you should take pictures of all of your documents, and put those on your phone as well. That we always have them in case of emergency and you need to contact one of the 3 or 4 letter agencies. Okay, so make sure that you take pictures. Make sure that they're locked up and dry. Okay, so now I want to talk about. We talked about kind of the ins and outs of protecting your family. What about your home? Okay, if you're in a floodplain, you need to get certain things off the floor. You want to check with a professional to raise your furnace, your water heater, maybe an electrical panel, any areas that are close to the floor that might be flooded, right? Your water heater. If your water heater gets shorted out due to a flood, you're sure going to miss that warm water in your house, right? So that's very important. Also, before an imminent flood, make sure that you check all of your valves in your house and your plumbing. That's to prevent that flood water from coming back up through your tubs and your toilets, right, into your drains. So make sure that that's all plugged up. And as a last resort, if you don't have all the plugs, you can use like a cork or some type of a stopper in your other basins. One thing that you should absolutely do if you live in a floodplain is construct barriers such as levees, berms, and flood walls. That's to stop that flood water from entering your home, right? So all of your entrances, especially your front door, your back door, any ground level windows, that you need to put berms up, okay? Seal your walls in your basements with waterproofing materials. That's to make sure that you don't have any water coming through your basement that'll come through a crack, okay? So it takes, just so you have an idea, sandbags, it seems like it's a big job. We've done it before. It takes about 2 people to create a sandbag and place it 1 foot high and 20 feet long. So it takes them about an hour. So folks, this is important that you make sure at least you have that on hand. Maybe those sandbags filled in your garage just in case. Last thing is make sure that you're listening to the news. To keep your family safe, make sure that you guys have enough food, water, and supplies, and that's where we come in.
Now, when you talk about supplies, first of all, I want to say, just to get this out there, I've got right here, folks, some bags of coffee right here. Again, Chance's coffee is as good as there is anywhere, okay? It's from Honduras. But it is so smooth. It is so good, and you can get it at his website. If you go, right there it is. If you go to his, matter of fact, let me turn it around and you can see the back, the beans, so you can grind them. I mean, this coffee is excellent. You get it from Honduras. And if you want to order it, folks, the phone number to call is 737-400-2066. That's 737-400-2066. And go to his website at simplycleanfoods.net. But it really is great coffee, Chance. You guys are hitting a home run with this.
Thank you, Pastor. Yeah. I got to tell you, we're spoiled now. We won't use anything else, of course. Hey, I do want to mention a special, Pastor. Now, this is just going to be for this weekend. It's you might want to listen up. If you order 2 of the Are You Serious packs with the free shipping, we are going to send you, because of this show, the flooding, we're going to send you a basic survival kit. Now, check this out, guys. It actually floats, okay? It's an insulated bag that floats. It contains a 5-in-1 survival whistle, an emergency poncho, emergency blanket, a pocket knife, a flashlight that never needs batteries, 1 pouch of our Simply Clean Foods fruit mix, playing cards, a first aid kit, waterproof matches, water pouches. Guys, it's a $50 value. We're going to throw it in free of charge if you order 2 of the Are You Serious packs, and it will automatically ship. So we have about 50 of those available. We're going to run it through the weekend until they're all gone.
So now this Are You Serious pack, we got it up on the screen right there, long-term food storage, Are You Serious variety pack. If you get 2 of those, folks, and I see he's already cut the price already quite a bit, but if you get 2 of those, you're saying you'll also throw in this Survivor kit. Tell us what's in this Are You Serious variety pack.
So the Are You Serious variety pack contains 1 of everything that we carry. By the way, I have some good news. The turkey, the beef, the chicken, the eggs, and the cheese are all due in next week. Finally, the USDA approved everything, and so we're good to go. But the Are You Serious pack contains all of our fruits, all of our vegetables. You're going to receive 12 pouches for a total of 144 servings of food.
So what I have in my hands, folks, is one of the pouches, okay? So you're going to get, and this is the strawberries. Now get this, guys. I was eating from this last month. I opened it last month, was eating as we were on the air. Then I sealed it, kept it over here, and I'm reopening it and eating it again, okay? Never throw it away when you get Simply Clean Food. And I can take, if these strawberries, Brock, I don't know if you can zero in on this, but these strawberries are incredible. They taste better than regular strawberries. I'm trying to get it in there for you. Okay. I mean, they really, really do. They're just delicious.
Yeah, we've been told that. They actually taste sweeter than a strawberry that you buy in a local grocery store. Because they're GMO-free, they do take longer to grow, and the nutrients from the soil is where they get their flavor.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys really made sure that you use the best, the ripest fruit no GMO, and then you dry them with this freeze drying system, and it is phenomenal. And so I just have to be honest, the taste is unbelievable. It's really, really good. And guess what? Guess what else I found out? I love to do this, Chance. I can take your fruit and I can sprinkle it on a salad. It is amazing. I mean, this is, I don't even know if you're even telling people about this, but it's amazing to put on a salad.
That's a great idea. As well, we do a smoothie with it. So we will take strawberries and bananas, maybe apples, depending, and then add a little bit of spinach and with some water. Brother, you've got a healthy snack to start out your day. A lot of great, clean energy coming from clean food. So it's a great way to start your day.
All right, now, folks, again, you go to, this is Chance Gibson. He's with us, and we're talking about these preparing for the flash floods. And we do have breaking news on that. And for those of you that are joining us, we do have a flash flood watch in effect for New York City and parts of Connecticut. Heavy rain and additional flooding possibly late tonight into tomorrow morning. According to the weather service, the National Weather Service, flash flood watch in effect for late tonight through tomorrow morning for portions of southern Connecticut, northern Fairfield, northern Middlesex, northern New Haven, northern New London, southern Fairfield, southern Middlesex, southern New Haven, northeast New Jersey, eastern Bergen, also in New York, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx. So we want you to understand this is, we're bringing this to you now. Everybody's watching the Kavanaugh hearing, and they're not aware that we have a flash flood warning in effect for New York. That's a lot of people, Chance. You know, you were in Long Island. That's a lot of people when we were there, out there in New York.
Absolutely, brother. And we should pray. We really should pray for those folks that live in those regions. Pray that they're safe from harm and pray that they're prepared for a worst case scenario.
Can we talk about tornadoes a little bit? Because I am in Tornado Alley, and like I said, last week we had this really rare tornadoes up in Ottawa, Canada. It destroyed 55 homes. And I mean, September tornadoes in Canada. So, weather's getting apocalyptic. It's certainly dangerous out there all over the world. There's a typhoon right now, Trami, that's going to tear into Tokyo, and this weekend's going to hit Japan. It's a super typhoon. We even still got Hurricane Kirk. It's actually a tropical storm Kirk, still lingering down there. So tell us a little bit about what to do as it relates, though, to tornadoes, because you're not dealing with as much water with tornadoes. It's more wind damage. What do we need to know? How do we prepare for that?
The most important thing, Pastor, when it comes to preparedness, when it comes to tornadoes, is to make sure that anything that's out in your lawn that can be picked up by a tornado, make sure that you secure that if there's a tornado imminent. Also make sure that your family is trained to go into the center of the home under a load-bearing wall, for example, like a bathroom or something like that. Make sure that all of your provisions are also in that room, in that area, and that you have, if you have kids, you have coloring books and things like that to keep everyone calm. Okay, number one. Number two, just don't go out into a tornado, folks. It is as interesting as those storm chasing movies and videos look. It's not safe, okay? If there's an imminent tornado, follow those instructions. Go into the middle of your home. Make sure that you have everything prepared. Make sure that you have lights and communication, but don't leave until you've been told it's safe to do so. When the tornado's over, if you have some damage, please be careful to enter your home. To other rooms in your home, there could be broken glass from picture frames and things like that, which you should really secure before a tornado.
You know, hurricanes usually, Chance, give people 4 or 5 days advance warning. They may not know where that hurricane's going, but just like this recently, Hurricane Florence, we pretty well knew about 4 days before it got to the Carolinas that it was on its way toward Wilmington, toward North Carolina, South Carolina. We knew it was going to stall, bring a lot of rain, storm surge, high winds. So people usually can somehow prepare themselves. But tornadoes, you get a little bit of warning with tornadoes because of the Doppler, but you don't get a lot. I mean, you might get an hour or two. So is there something you can do for your windows, or is there some way to prepare for quickly?
Absolutely. For your windows, it's important that you pre-cut pieces of plywood. I recommend 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. So you're going to basically take a measurement of your window, and you're going to pre-cut a piece of plywood that goes just over the lip, okay? You'll go ahead and pre-drill your holes for your screws or your nails, right? And then you will have those ready. It'll only take you maybe an hour to do all of your windows in your home before a tornado or hurricane or anything to do with high winds.
And whenever these things happen, of course, it's good if you have a basement. It's wonderful to have a basement. But if you don't have one, you got to find the right place in the house. Folks, we have Chance Gibson with us. Chance Gibson, he's with simplycleanfoods.net. That's simplycleanfoods.net. He's an expert in preparing for all kinds of natural disasters. But partly you have to do is you can't wait. I saw what happened with Florence. People, all of a sudden they realized the storm was headed to North Carolina. And they emptied the stores. There was no water left. There was no food anywhere. People had no way to prepare. And your food is so great because you could store it in your home, or you could have travel packs in case you got to take it on the road with you, if you got to be mobile. It tastes great. It's light. It's easy. And you've got this special going on. Are you serious? This Are You Serious pack. So tell us a little bit about this, Chance. It's not hard to be mobile with this either, is it?
I didn't hear the last sentence. It's not hard to
be mobile. I mean, because you could not only pack a lot of food in your house, but if you need to be mobile, if you need to move because of a hurricane, you can take stuff with you.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what having a bug out kit's all about, right? Having a survival kit that's ready to go should have some of that food in the kit. It couldn't hurt to have some of these pouches in your car, right? Just understand that you don't want to get them too hot or too cold. So, but have a survival kit ready to go no matter what. By the front door or in your vehicle, make sure that it contains everything that you're going to need for any disaster, and that we can help you with that. You just call us in advance or send us an email. We'll give you a free consultation and help you along the way.
Again, you can call Chance Gibson at 737-400-2066. That's 737-400-2066. And call him and let him give you some pointers on things that you may need. He's got a lot of stuff available. And get this Are You Serious pack. I mean, there's a way to get 144 servings. You get 12 different packs of fruit, and it all comes in one deal. And if you get 2 of those, so you can stock up real well, then you get the free survival kit that he'll throw in. And again, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's a $50 value. It's just a really cool kit. I like the fact that you can take it on a boat as well, or hiking, because it does float in the water. So, yeah, it's a nice kit.
And you talk about prayer. I was so glad you brought that up. Besides being prepared for the flash floods and hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, as you were mentioning, but folks, you got to be able to have some prayer. And I was so glad when you brought it up, Chance, because the Bible tells us to pray, to watch and pray. For in an hour you think not, the Son of Man will come. Well, it's the same way with tornadoes. We got to watch. We got to have the radio, be prepared. You need to have your emergency kits ready. You need to have your first aid kits ready. You need to know what the plan is with the family. And then you got to be able to pray. And if you pray, you can pray for God's protection and his guidance in these times of emergencies. So, Chance, when we talk about praying and when you talk about walking in your faith is big for you and your wife, isn't it?
Amen, brother. We talk about physical preparation all the time, but we find our strength in the Lord, right? So Amen. Through spiritual preparation, is it not better to have that strength to be able to give over, any pain or fear to the Lord? Because the fear is not of the Lord, it's of Satan, right? So we have that relationship with our Father, with our Savior, and we can go to Him and we find the strength to get us through these disasters, to get us through these times, and to help us remain calm. Brothers and sisters, if you're prepared, you're going to come out the other side in pretty good shape, but you got to start today.
And you know, Chance, I was thinking about that. Part of the reason that the Lord hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind, well, one of the reasons we're not afraid is we're prepared. I mean, if you're not saved, let's talk about it from a spiritual standpoint, from your salvation. If you're not saved, I can understand why you'd be walking around in concern and in anxiety and not sure where the world is going because you don't have things settled. It's the same way with preparing for natural disasters. You know, I live kind of on the edge here of the New Madrid fault line. It actually runs right up here where I'm at, but I'm way up in the northern part. We always think about St. Louis and Memphis and, you know, that area. But we never know. I mean, if 1812, it's been a long time. We're overdue, Chance. We're overdue. What should we do about earthquakes?
So, you know, the folks in California, they've been dealing with earthquakes for a very long time. And so you'll find that in many homes, if you walk in, you'll see that little things like ornaments are not placed on shelves, right? You have to do certain things to get prepared for earthquake. Number one is making sure that you have a safe place to go in case you have to leave your home. But number two, if you are going to be able to stay in your home, have certain tools like, there's an earthquake tool. A lot of people don't even have a tool to turn off their natural gas main, for example. You can imagine during an earthquake, if your valve is open and that gas is flowing, one spark, that's it, folks. It's over for you, right? So having that available, having an earthquake survival kit, a sleeping bag so that you're comfortable, making sure that you have enough food and water for a minimum of 72 hours, preferably up to 6 months per person in your family. We can help you with those details. Just reach out to us.
Guys, you can reach out by getting a hold of Chance by calling this number, 737-400-2066. And if you guys live in California, you need to make a phone call, I think, and just be sure you're ready. I love the idea of having that tool to be able to shut the main gas line off. I mean, nobody thinks of that, but Chance does at simplycleanfoods.net. That's simplycleanfoods.net. Call the number, 737-400-2066. And you know, you got to stay calm, don't you, Chance? I mean, you just got to stay calm during these times.
Again, that's where, you know, we find strength, right? We find strength through prayer and meditating in the Lord, right? I allow, and my wife, we allow the Holy Spirit to come into our bodies and our minds every day and hopefully lead us to works that will further the kingdom, hopefully.
Well, that's right. I mean, and we got to stay focused, and that's why we need the Word. Folks, let me just say again, for those of you that are just now joining us live, we do have a situation developing. Flash flood warnings are in effect. I repeat, flash flood warnings are in effect. Heavy rain and additional flooding, possibly late tonight, early tomorrow morning, for parts of Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York. And especially in the Bronx, New York, and in Brooklyn, Kings, Brooklyn, New York, also Manhattan, but parts of New Jersey, and also, let's see, they're saying Southwest Connecticut, Northeast New Jersey, Southeast New York, including the Bronx, Brooklyn, and Manhattan, and North Queens. So there's going to be some heavy, heavy rains. And you've already had enough rain, but here you go again. More rains, flash flood warning in effect, according to the National Weather Service. Chance, I love the Simply Clean Foods, and you're telling people they can get the Are You Serious variety pack. Again, tell them what's in that variety pack. Brock, I show it on the screen.
Yeah, you get basically one of everything that we carry, all of our fruits and all of our vegetables. It's over 12 pouches. Each pouch has 12 servings, 144 servings altogether. They are resealable. They have up to a 25-year shelf life. But what we're doing for this show and for this entire weekend until we're sold out is we're giving away a free survival kit. It floats on the water, guys, which is amazing. It's got a 5-in-1 survival whistle, emergency poncho, emergency blanket, a pocket knife, a flashlight that never needs batteries, one of our Simply Clean food pouches. It includes playing cards, a first aid kit, waterproof matches, water, all folks free of charge. Just order 2 of the Are You Serious packs, and the shipping is completely free.
Now, people can also just order individual packs. They don't have to order the whole Are You Serious pack, right?
That is correct. You can order just 1 pouch at a time. Pick your favorite fruit or your favorite vegetable, and we ship usually within 24 hours. So,
if you're going to pick one, pick strawberries, guys. I'm telling you right now. If you're going to pick one, and this is I was eating these last month, sealed them up. I'm eating them today. Seal them up. I doubt they'll be back for next month because I'll sprinkle them on the salads that we have. We've been using these for, well, first of all, you want to store up. Make sure you got enough stored up. And how much do you recommend? Let me just say this, Chance, a family of 4. What do you recommend the amount they could store of water and the survival food? And, of course, the coffee. You got to have coffee. You guys don't have this, you're not going to survive anyway. Okay, you need the coffee. But go ahead, Chance.
So we recommend 6 months of food for each person in the family. For a family of 4, that's going to be a 2-year food pack. What we can do as well is we can customize those larger food packs. So if you're gluten-free, for example, and you can't have wheats and grains and things like that, we can absolutely do that for you. Or if you're a vegetarian, we can do that for you as well. Just reach out to us. But yeah, 2 years worth of food is recommended for a 4-person family.
So, folks, there you go. So call him up. I mean, here's the one thing to do. Go to his website if you already know what you're going to do. If you're going to order the Are You Serious packet, you're going to get that. Maybe you're going to get both of them, get 2 of them so that you get the free survival kit with it. Or if you're thinking, hey, you know what, we got 5 people in the family. I can't do 6 months storage at one time, but I want to get started. I want to get at least 2 weeks worth or 3 weeks worth. Just call him up. You can either go to his website. It's www.simplycleanfoods.net. That's www.simplycleanfoods.net. Or just call him up. Call Chance right now, this whole weekend, and call him at 737-400-2066. Again, that's 737-400-2066. Just burn the phone up. Ask him, say, look, I got a family of 5. I want to have enough food for at least 2 weeks. What do I need? And let them walk you through it. They'll work with you.
Absolutely. Last 2 things, I do want to say this. If you need a Bible, folks, or you know someone that needs a Bible and cannot afford one, please send us an email. We'd be happy to send one free of charge. If you're a veteran and you returned from overseas and you need help, whether that be a blanket or food or counseling, whatever that might be, we have a team here that deals with our brothers in arms, and we'll be more than honored to take the time to help you with whatever you might need, or at least steer you in the right direction.
That's amazing. Chance, we really appreciate you and your wife. You guys are a great couple. You love the Lord. You love people. You stand up for the country. I see you got the flag, and you're just really doing the Lord's work. And we really appreciate you being a partner with us, and we really do truly appreciate you being a part of our ministry. So God bless you. And again, folks, simplycleanfoods.net. That's www.simplycleanfoods.net. Chance, thank you for being with us today. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Honored to be here. Please, people, please support Paul Begley's ministries. Getting this information out is so important. We want to keep them doing this, for a long time. So please support their ministry, and I thank you, Pastor, for having me on today.
All right. God bless you, Chance. And folks, we'll be back with you later tonight, of course, 10 p.m. Eastern on Primetime Live. We'll be praying for everybody in the East for these flood waters that they are predicting. We're praying that it doesn't happen, and we give the Lord all the praise for it. God bless.